Tea ready, so. All right. To the people. The people, the people. A very good late evening. Or I guess some people it's a very, very, very early morning, but to me it's a late evening. It's your one and only Ultimate Warrior Junior is here for you. As you know, this episode is brought to you by, you know what this is, and the special ingredient is inside. If you don't know what it is, go back and watch some of the episodes. You know what I take, you know what I do. This is okay. So the title of this episode is Natural Viagra, right? Now, I would contribute the saw palmetto to being like kind of like a natural Viagra, but I got to tell you honestly that raspberries, just Drasolis, raspberries, that is probably one of the best natural Viagra. You know, I hate using that term because if you think about it, like Viagra, it's like artificial, right? It's like it gets your dick hard, and then you've got to stay hard after you come, and I don't like that. I like once it's done, it's done. I like go back to flaccid nothing. Um, but raspberries give you extra potency, I guess. More pop, more power. Not really pop. I notice. When you're younger, you get that good pop. You still feel kind of good ejaculation, but not like when you're young. Oh well, this is how life works. Things slow down. But you don't have to slow down. Didn't go to the gym today, and um, which is kind of rare, for me to take a little bit of time off one day. Sometimes I'll do that just to, gotta let something recover, man. You're pushing that hard, like I talk about. Let me try to get a little better lighting here. Hold on. Okay, sorry. No, it's not better, but better for me anyway. And if you've always wondered, I'm not like embarrassed by the way I look. I actually think I'm a pretty decent looking guy. Just the lighting in my bedroom. I don't have like a real bright light. I have a light that's you touch. It's a one touch thing, and this is the highest. This is as bright as it gets. And plus, I kind of like it like this, the ambiance. So, don't think I'm self conscious. Actually, I think I'm a decent looking guy. But nothing incredibly good looking because if I was good looking, women would be looking, at me. So I don't think I'm very good looking, but I'm a good person. I think that's important. And I think I have a tremendously good work ethic when it comes to drive and determination. That I'm exceptional. And I can sound ego all I want because I earned it. You go to the gym and your shirt every time you leave it's soaked, and not by from drinking water. You're doing something. You're working your ass off, and you work your ass off. I don't care if you're out of shape or nothing. I commend you. I commend you because effort is the catalyst of change. It really is. Um, you know, don't compare yourself to who's working harder. Just if you're going at it real, and you can ask yourself if you're giving it your all. And I'm not talking about one workout. I'm talking about weeks, months, and potentially years. Your body will show you. You won't look like, when I was a kid, I thought, oh man, if I work out hard enough, I'll look like one of these Mr. Olympias or like, professional wrestler or something like that. No, you're not. Unfortunately, a lot of that's attributed to anabolics, hardcore anabolics. You guys they work hard too, but the gear is the gear. Now, let me tell you something. I went to the gym over 500 times in one year. Actually, over 400. I apologize, over 400. So average more than once a day. And let me tell you something. I built a fucking body that thinking stuff. People were telling me that I was on steroids, for sure. So I can tell you what's possible naturally. You can go damn fucking far if your whole life revolves around it. If your whole life revolves around it. But building a body is not necessarily building a life. And I learned a lesson over my lifetime. It's great walking around, being jacked and being fucking incredible. But, I rather build a life. I rather like make money with the cryptocurrencies and, in my business. I want my condo. You can be in incredible shape and not make any money. Believe me, I was. And so I know. Um, so that's that. Um, I know the topic of the it wasn't really the topic. I just put that in as a joke, natural Viagra, like just to kind of feeling that way. But I will expand on this a little bit. I do hear about these things. I'm not like a spiritual kind of guy, but I listen on YouTube to talk about these chakras, and they say that if you don't masturbate for a while, you stop watching porn, then your root chakra, in your genitals and stuff, that you keep draining the energy, like when you jack off all the time. And so they say if you stop doing it, what happens is that energy builds up and then it starts to spread out through your entire body and get more natural energy. Now you're going to get this feeling all the time if you don't do it because you're so used to doing it, all the time. But I challenge yourself. Try just for a couple days. Try for 2 days and see if you can go 2 days without watching porn and masturbating. And you're going to get, like, your times you get horny, whatever. You go back to doing the old way. It's okay. It's okay. Just see if you can go for a couple days without it. Just see. Like I do that every once in a while. Now there's some people who can go a long time. That's good for them. Um, but I just test yourself, see, and see how you feel, and then maybe a couple of weeks later you'll try them for another 2 days. If you're really brazen, try to go for three. That's really, boy, I'll tell you, I think I hit like close to 4 days before, and I was like, just wow, and I was like, what, this is getting ridiculous. I gotta get rid of this, and you get feels pretty incredible when you do. I've heard of people holding it for a month or more, even. If you imagine that. Um, I don't know. I'm just too, I guess horny. I don't know. Um, I don't. Well, should I talk about this? Sure, why not? We try to be open and honest on the Warrior Junior channel. Um, there was this one. I was talking to my friend today, and we were talking about living life to the fullest. I guess everybody has their opinions and views on what they think living life to the fullest is. What it is for you is not going to be what it is for me, and it's not for what it is for my friend. But my friend Chris, we were talking about this today. He's talking about, this landlord of his apartment building. He says the guy owns like 15 apartment buildings, and he still shows up every morning, and works, for a couple hours, and the guy doesn't never takes a vacation. I say, well, he doesn't. I don't want to really get into it with him and saying, well, do you know that he might be just the manager, like management company. He might not actually own the buildings. He doesn't know. He says he does, but he doesn't know. And it's kind of like the same. If you remember, I talked about this guy that recently sold this apartment building. He got such a deal he couldn't refuse. I tried to pin him down and find out exactly how much, but he wouldn't tell me. But it was probably a neighborhood of like 6 million. And the dude was outside selling a refrigerator to a group of these two kids. They were calling for a couple $100. Dude give me like $6 million, and he got to like scrounge for two bills. It's a fucking, I hope God punishes people like that. I just hope they do. And the reason I said that is because, well, he could have given the guy the fridge for free. Well, it's a couple $100, dude. You got 6 million, no kids, no nothing. Yeah, he's just a fucking, he's a, fucking guy with no kids, no wife, just a fucking single dude, queer dude, and $6 million, what a fucking unky stuff we call it, like overstuffed, I'm just, and I can do one better, like these two, there was this house, I call it the Sanford and Son house, a couple blocks from me. It's like, it was really, these women with no teeth, sisters, and they keep talking about, oh, they're going to sell the house. They finally did, and they had an estate sale. I asked him, how much you get? Two, and they wouldn't tell them. Another fucking people would not tell you. Like, why can't they just fucking be open and honest? Old ladies already finally cashed out. Finally, and selling this garbage stuff like that. You give that shit away. You could help somebody in life. You got your millions. Number one, you wasted your whole life there. You finally got a couple. You got your millions now. But you're old already. What the fuck are you doing? See, that's what bothers me. People that have and they don't know how to live. That should be the topic of this discussion. But I just called it Viagra thing. But the real topic of this discussion is people that have access to money or get money or finally, and they just don't know how to live. They don't know how to live, you know? That ain't living, you know? In my opinion, anyway. It's just some things don't make sense. They just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. You get like one go around. Money's supposed to be a tool. Sitting in some fucking dilapidated house, waiting for some perfect time. What are you waiting for? If I had a credit line, if I had 100,000, I'd have my nice condo in Vegas, or I'd be looking for one. I'd be searching for it methodically. I'd be trying. If you don't have money, it's very hard to do things. Now, I'm like praying that this one coin, this ACH coin, um, will do another 10 times. Now, thing was under a penny, and I had a feeling because I said there's no coin on Coinbase that's like that low. The cheapest one was like 6 cents. I was under a penny. This has got to go, and it did. Went from a penny to a 24 cents. Now that's a 20. That's a 20. Let's say 20 cents, but it did go to 24. 20. That's a 20 times. That's over a 20 times move. Now it's at 10 cents right now. If it goes another 20 times, it's $2. I'm in right now. I've been in, and I'm just. It's kind of just staying. It's stagnant. That shit goes 20 times. Um, I'll have my condo. So I just need one more. I just need it to go one more time like that. It is possible. People are talking on YouTube. The chats are saying $2. Very, very possible. Even $1 would be, but and I can't go back in the past saying, "Oh, I had 180,000 of them at less than a penny, and I sold." And hey, don't live in the past. You're here now, going forward. That's what you got to do. And I'm just talking about my own personal example, but you do yours. You do yours, whatever it is, whether it be crypto, stock market, whatever. Like, look, write shit down, do your research, man, and use the power of the computer. Even though I know, like, I talk Spartan times, warrior times, but be the warrior up here. Warrior up here. So that's all I'm going to say about that for now. So anyway, about this talking about living life and getting your needs met. I think I talked about this before. Let me say this the best way I can. Um, I got some money when I like 16 years ago. Not a lot, not a lot, but enough. Just it was for me. I know it's like 4 or 5 grand is to me that's some money. And so I came into that, and there was like this porn chick. Like I've always wanted to meet her, right? Now she has a friend, really big boobs, okay? And I've just always wanted to meet her. So what I did was I don't know how I got her number. I don't know. I forget. Like maybe that she posted it on some escorts. But when you have money, it's funny. You can find a way to contact these people. So she wanted like $1,000 an hour. I was like, man, that's a lot. But I talked to her and I said, hey, you know what? Can you do like how about a like half an hour of fun with you for like $500? And she said, sure. So when I was in Vegas, I remember I stayed at like the Circus and like the Manor, like the cheap thing, and I had to let her in, the door thing. I remember this is when she was in her prime. She doesn't look good now, um, and that's why I don't want to say names because I don't like to badmouth people. But she just doesn't look like, man. Let me tell you something. In 19 in about 2004, even she was a late 80s. She started late 80s, 90s, around 2000. But about 6, 7 years ago, I started gaining a lot of weight and everything. But when I saw her, okay, I'm talking like, wow, like if you're the kind of guy like me, big boob guy, holy shit, yeah, she was really something. So, and she has a friend, and the friend is like, I've been trying to meet the friend for my entire life, okay? Um, he's incredible. The friend is like, I've always wanted to see. Oh my God. Anyway, So then the phone rings, and I almost had a heart attack because I thought it was the cops or something because I didn't pay for any phone service. And I answered the phone, and it was her friend on the phone. It's funny how people get your number when they find out you have money. She goes, "Hello." So I said, "Yeah, I can't. You want to see me?" And I says, "I can't. I gave your friend 500. I can't see you." She goes, "Okay." Now, I've been trying to meet her friend for 17 years. Okay, and they were in L.A. Actually, um, she lives in Vegas, and you know, I can't believe I'm going to talk about this, but you know, I went to the bank and got like 2,000, and I thought I could meet her, and I walked to her house, and I'm a good researcher, Now again, don't imply the stalking word because my intentions were like, look, this is a pro, okay? And so I thought if I could just talk to her, see her when she's walking around and introduce myself and everything. Well, I guess she was married at the time. I knew about this too. And so I said, look, I'm going to do this cool. So the husband comes out in the backs out of the garage in this car, and I introduced myself, and he goes, "Oh, who are you?" And I says, "Well, I'm a big fan of hers and this and that." And I thought like because basically, look, he knows he's pimping out his wife, you know what I mean? But I do it kind of cool. Well, he didn't like, he said, "Dude, you better get the fuck out of here before I have you arrested." I go, "Okay, okay, okay." And so I left. The guy recently died, God rest his soul. I don't wish anything bad on him, but she doesn't need money, and she's very expensive. Um, Now the agreement was last time same price, at 500 to meet her, and but she wasn't feeling well all of a sudden when she was visiting in LA. Um, so a couple, I think they're going to be out here in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to try again. I'm going to try again. It's tough. That's the problem. I tell you, don't really watch these porn. You watch this porn stuff. It kind of infects your mind. You want to meet these chicks. And you want to pay. This other one, Heather Lee. Used to be a really hot Latina chick. Oh my God, I'm like a '90s guy, and she wants to have nothing to do with it. She's married. Um, she still looks pretty good, but I tried contacting her on social media, and she's like, "I'm just not. I don't want to. I don't do this. I'm done. Good luck to you." And I said, "Hey, it's cool. It's cool. Some women just don't look like they used to. Like Lynn LeMay, she kind of looked good. I remember in the '80s, just gained a lot of weight, got old, and stuff like that. I was supposed to meet her too. It didn't work out. That's all right. So see, I throw out some names sometimes. Uh, there's some other ones, but I mean, it's like I was supposed to meet Lethal Weapons, um, but she's not as big as she used to be. That's look, time, man, time. I'm still in touch with a couple chicks, but they're just not like really what they used to be. Um, I mean, who was that one? The giant one is Chelsea Charms. She even had her boobs like reduced tremendously, and she's going through some health problems and stuff. So you know, kind of sucks. The big girls. Um, it's just anomalies. You're just not going to find, you're not going to see women like that around. I mean, they're just like, whoa. They don't have to be tremendously big like that, but I always found that kind of interesting. Stoppers. The different kind of women. Or women just what I would consider. My friend Chris likes the Victoria's Secret models. I'm not really into those. They're just too kind of plain and generic bodies for me. I like a little more, voluptuous, kind of women. Hey, to each their own, man. Each their own. But again, when I talk about paying, that's I'm just gonna leave it at that. You use your imagination. I call it massage therapist. That's all. Call it that. No problem with that, right? You're allowed to pay for a massage, and that's it. That's as much as I'm gonna say. You use your own imagination. But you know that gives me enjoyment. sometimes that gives me fun. Like I don't know what some people go to Disneyland. I got no problem with that either. I like to go out dancing. Um, but I'll tell you, in all my years of going out clubs and dancing, I can count on one hand how many women I met. Get it one hand. Brutal, brutal, man. It's just the way it is for me. Okay, I feel you, dude. If you're a single dude like me, and you're struggling, dude, I feel your pain. Now, if you're younger, your struggle is going to be different. If you're older than me, your struggle is going to be different. If you're from my time, you're just not me. But everybody's pain is individual to themselves. Uh, Look, dude, there was a 30-year reunion, high school reunion the other day. I checked in. It was supposed to be online. Nobody showed up. But I'll never forget this. I asked this chick, this Belize chick, um, to my high school prom. Okay, this is when I was 17. And she said, no, I'm going with my friends. You know, I tried when I was a kid. I tried, all right? I got rejected. Never really had any success. It's life. It's life. You got to be willing to take the hits at any age. 17 or 47. It's hard. Sorry. Wheat thins stuck in my teeth. Try to get off of all these sugars and sweets and all this crap. I know it's tough. I had a little vanilla ice cream, but try to eat stuff that's not so has all that sugar and crap in there. I got this chocolate chips, little chocolate things, but there's no sugar. It's like real cocoa chips. See, if you like chocolate so much, eat the ones without the sugar. Doesn't have any taste. Hey, let me tell you something, man. You're doing yourself a favor by getting off of all that garbage. I don't drink. I haven't had a soda in like 7 years probably. Have a soda, drink some Perrier, carbonated water, anything. Wean off of the crap, man. Wean off of it. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. You know, there's ways. There's ways to wean off of stuff. Like, if you watch too much porn and stuff, like I told you, test yourself for 2 days. See if you can go 2 days without watching. So, there's ways. There's ways to kind of, like for me, I had problems going to casino. That I just eliminated. I just completely. Um, but I like the crypto because possibly you get into a coin, and if it really jumps, hey, you can make some sizable money. It doesn't go, it doesn't go. But there's ways to make modifications in your life, ways to do shit, ways to change for the better. Um, I don't know anything about smoking. I never smoked, never used drugs, just drank beer. How did I get off of that? I drank like O'Doul's for a little while until and after a couple months, I was like, I don't need that shit anymore. And then just drink tea or whatever, water. Go over to my friend's house, and he's a chronic alcoholic. Always has a beer in front of him and smoking. I got my bottle of water right there. So that's how it works for me. I'm gonna go. It's almost 1 in the morning. I might go out there, just run around a little bit, go see if there's anything out there, and then come back. So Warrior Junior might try to warrior a little bit tonight. Why not? Go for it in life, right? So I will check in a little later. Trying to remain optimistic. You know, always fighting hard. My gym opens 5 in the morning, so I might go. Try to because I didn't go yesterday. Um, More than likely going in the morning. So you know, have a little balance in life, a little balance. But I always tell you, I always say this thing. My friend told me today. My friend Chris goes, "Oh, you walk too much." And this is a guy that's got, back problems and everything like that. He doesn't walk enough. So anybody that tells you you're doing something too much, I just brush it off. He just doesn't understand. He don't get it. He doesn't have a master's in phys ed. I do. Um, he wasn't a bodybuilder. I was, and he's never even close to being in the kind of shape that I'm in. So, um, you know, I just, people, they just don't. He doesn't mean, he's not trying to. He means well, but he just doesn't know what I know. Um, and some people, unfortunately, you can't educate them on that. They're just beyond his mental capacity, of learning at the kind of the level that I know. But you can teach people some things. I mean, that's kind of like important. But just realize that everybody is not the same. So, but I challenge you to remain bold, to go after whatever it is, and that's what it is. So, Warrior Junior will keep fighting for you. So, I'll be back on a little later. Hang tough.